Alright. I'm gonna turn my car off. Today is Friday, November 21st. I don't know why I keep saying October and everything. I know it's November. But yeah, today is my grandpa's funeral. The man that, my father's father. He died on Sunday, and he died of sepsis. And I should know exactly how old he is. I read the obituary again this morning, but I don't. And yeah, see, that static is from my iTrip. I'm trying to make my iPod play over the stereo, and I'm not having any luck. And it's frustrating because I can find a station that works. I live in a heavy populated area, and I can find a station that works, but you get car noise. Like when I rev the engine, when I switch the gears, you can hear it through the stereo, and I cannot find a station that works. So yeah, I'm focusing on stuff that really doesn't matter because I don't know how to feel. I have conflicting emotions about his death. And I'm not really going to go into all the reasons why. It's a very, very complicated situation involving my whole family. I mean, there are my grandfather, my grandpa, and I have a grandfather too. And anyway, but I've been reading how my cousins say grandfather, so that comes out. But anyway, I'm not going to go into it because it's a very personal story to a lot of my family members, and I don't want to publicize it, I guess. I don't know. This is one of those things that actually is too personal to talk about in a video. You know, I don't have many of those topics. I'm fairly open, and you know, hell, I've gotten on video in my swimsuit. I've worked out in videos. So that's telling you something about how this is. But it's not necessarily just so personal to me. It's personal to my whole family. And it's not something that... How long am I going to go on about how I'm not going to talk about it? But today is the memorial service. And he was cremated, and he'll be entombed, I guess. It's not buried... because there's no casket, but he's got he's got a plot right next to his wife, my grandma, who died in 1992. And she died of bone cancer, and it was a slow, painful death for her. And I remember realizing when I lost her. I was in the hospital, or a hospice. I think she was at a hospice. No, hospice comes to you. She was at a nursing home, I guess. And my mother sings. My mother's a beautiful singer, and my grandma loved to hear her sing. Most people do. And grandma didn't remember who she was, so she told her not to sing. And I knew then that the woman I knew as my grandma was gone, and that I would never get to talk to her again. And his death really brings back her death for me, because on some levels, I lost him when I lost her because of what happened, the fallout after her death. So I kind of already lost him as the grandpa, you know, the kid that as a child, you know, he was grandpa. It was awesome. He was my father's father, and he was fun, and it was rare that we got to see him. And yeah, but after everything, you know, so I lost him, but then I just lost him this week, and my dad just lost him this week. And my father was very involved in my grandpa's last years. I mean, he was kind of the one that was dealing with the hospital and dealing with all the stuff that goes along with being a really old guy. And you know, my father is officiating the memorial service, my mother is singing, and my cousins are all there. And I'm not. So, see, I told you, it's just, I don't know. Anyway, that's enough to bring anybody down. When I remember, it was funny, what I remember about my grandma's funeral, other than all of us standing outside, we didn't want to go in. Let's see, I turned 18 in 96, so I would have turned 14 that year. So I guess I was 14 in 1992. Yeah. Summer of 92. And we didn't want to go in. None of us wanted to go in. And I'm one of the youngest cousins. So at 14, there were only a couple of kids younger than me. And some of them were, quite a bit younger. But the older cousins, they were all 17, 18, 19, 20, early 20s. So none of us wanted to go in. None of us wanted to. You think I'm emotional, okay? I got cousins that are even more emotional, okay? This emotional crying at the drop of the hat shit, that runs in my frickin' family, okay? And I love that about us. I really do. I hate it that I cry in public and that I, have no off switch, but I love that about us, too, because that makes, I just love that about us. So, none of us wanted to go in, and none of us wanted to. They filled up from the back. Everybody sat in the back row. And so when we went in last, we sat in the front row. And her teeth were in, and she never wore teeth, and her profile was different. And I was 14, so I was old enough to know that was really her, and she was gone. And I watched her dying. I wasn't there when she actually died, but none of us wanted to go in, and I said that already. I don't know. But I think when we move back, I'm going to go visit their graves. Because I think I have some things to say. I just have to figure out what they are. But I got about 4 months. I can do that. Thanks for watching this video. Have a great day. P.S. I just belted out Galaxy by Jason Mraz. And those of you who are fans of the Mr. AZ, you will know how much better you feel after belting out one of his tunes. So, I'm feeling better. Sort of. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.